All right, so welcome back to my hobby, right? Mariah Carey. So they say she didn't steal All I Want for Christmas Is You from other writers. This is what a judge says, okay? Something I just caught right now is look at this. They list her spouses here. Check it out. Look, Nick Cannon from 2008 to 2016. Nick Cannon, like Saint Nick. You see? Right? But Saint Nick Christmas, like Santa Claus. Fake world, right? The popular conception of Santa Claus originates from folklore traditions surrounding the 4th century Christian bishop Saint Nicholas, the patron saint of children. Saint Nicholas became renowned for his reported generosity and secret gift giving. Santa Claus, a legendary figure originating in Western Christian culture, who is said to bring gifts during the late evening and overnight hours. That's kind of disgusting if you actually look at it. But come on, right? Fake world. Saint Nick, Nick Cannon, Mariah Carey, super fake world, guys. Gals, aliens, animals, AI, bots, sellout decoders out there. Okay? What are your sellout decoders doing out there? Are they trying to like stop the beef and kind of like, oh, let's all come together with other sellouts who aren't even involved in decoding like this? I mean, barf. You know what I'm saying? Barf. Anyways, so All I Want for Christmas, you get that Saint Nick connection right away. And it's interesting. It's like, why? That's weird how this story pops up, huh? But let me read just a little bit here, and we'll get right to the breakdown. I got a little video, some news clips as well that we'll play. So, a federal judge in LA has ruled that Mariah did not steal her perennial mega hit. And it's not like they don't let you on the world stage. Like, she's not responsible for that hit. As part of the storyline, they want you to know that. But these are just roles they're playing. Okay? It's like just given to her. All right? These are stories. This is like soap opera stuff, okay? They want you to be, they want you to get all consumed in it, go all deep down the rabbit hole, get all invested in it, give your opinion, be divided. But over here, we're just going to break it down for what it is, and it's just a fake story. So, Judge Monica Ramirez Almadani. So, Monica M, Mariah M, right? Granted Carrie's request for summary judgment on Wednesday, giving her and co-writer and co-defendant Walter Afanasieff a victory without going to trial. Even like Walter W, Wednesday W. In 2023, songwriters Andy Stone of Louisiana, who goes by the stage name Vince Vance, and Troy Powers of Tennessee filed the $20 million lawsuit alleging that Carey's 1994 song, which has since become a holiday standard and annual streaming sensation, infringed the copyright of their 1989 song with the same title. Their lawyer, Gerard P. Fox, said he's disappointed in an email to the Associated Press. Fox said it is his experience that judges at this level nearly always now dismiss a music copyright case and that one must appeal to reverse and get the case to the jury. My client will make a decision shortly on whether to appeal. We filed based on the opinions of two esteemed musicologists who teach at great colleges. All right. So this would be like her co-defendant right here. Right here, American record producer and songwriter Walter Afanasieff or whatever. And this is who's popping up with Troy Powers, who would be a part uh of the song they say that she stole or whatever. So Troy Powers, and then this guy with the funny hair, Vince Vance. All right. And, those guys will be included in this breakdown. This guy's popping up as their lawyer, uh, in this story. I can only assume it's this guy right here. It says, he's a part of law, and it's Gerald P. Fox. Or Gerard P. Fox. So I'm guessing that's the guy. Let's go ahead and play this clip before we get going.
Judge dismisses copyright lawsuit against Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas Is You. A federal judge in Los Angeles sided with Mariah Carey in a lawsuit alleging she illegally copied elements of her holiday classic All I Want for Christmas Is You from a song of the same name that released 3 years prior. Louisiana songwriter Andy Stone, who professionally goes by Vince Vance, and Tennessee native Troy Powers claimed they wrote their All I Want for Christmas Is You in 1988 and released in 1989. Carey released her megahit just ahead of the 1994 holiday season, which has since received routine mass popularity every year. On November 1, 2023.
And why would it be so popular? Because it's pushed in front of you to be popular. Do you understand? They program you, and have you ever been on like Facebook or whatever? They just put things right in front of your face. That's what makes it popular.
The pair filed a $20 million lawsuit against the pop star. Co-writer Walter Afanasieff and label Sony Music Entertainment. The suit alleged Carey's song copied melodies, lyrics, and other musical elements, including the song's extended comparison between a loved one and trappings of seasonal luxury. However, U.S. District Judge Monica Almadani ruled Wednesday that music experts could not prove enough objective similarity between the two songs through what's called an extrinsic test. Almadani granted Carey's request for summary judgment without the need to go to trial, agreeing with the defense's claims that the 1994 song uses common tropes associated with Christmas songs that existed prior to 1989.
Okay. So that's probably like an AI voice, right? So shout out to the AI voice. Now let's go over here. So we had that Saint Nick Cannon connection. Even this stuff is, it took me a while to realize it, but with the language, like kind of like right in front of your face, I mean, the stuff hits all day long, and of course I'm gonna miss some stuff, but let's go ahead and share this now and watch these connections. Okay, so it's not a coincidence that her birthday is right around, look, her birthday is in a few days. Okay, right, this story hits Wednesday, right? That's when this this judge and this story, Wednesday's the date they give us in the article. March 19th, man. And then her birthday's March 27th. Come on, right? It says 47 right there, but I think she'll be turning 56, okay? But come on, right? Right before her birthday? What what are the chances of that? And you see right there, Wednesday, the judgment on Wednesday, Judge Monica Ramirez Almadani granted Carey's request for summary judgment, giving her and co-writer and co-defendant Walter Afanasieff a victory without going to trial. Okay? This isn't a coincidence. I'm telling you, it's with the language. Mariah Carey M, Mariah. March, M, we're in March. Merry Christmas, Mary M, Merry Christmas, MC, Mariah Carey, MC. It's with the language. And of course, the letters have numerical values. I feel like I'm saying that every breakdown, but it's true. And it's right in front of your face. Mariah Carey, Merry Christmas, Nick Cannon, Saint Nick Cannon C, Christmas C, Carey C. You see? Right? And that's interesting how they put didn't steal all I want for Christmas is you. Steal, kind of like, have you been a good boy or girl this year? Santa won't get you presents. Isn't that interesting? So I guess Mariah Carey's been a good girl. Okay, so Troy Powers is one of the characters in 2023. Songwriters Andy Stone, who goes by Vince Vance, and Troy Powers filed the lawsuit alleging that Carey's song infringed the copyright of their country song. Look at Troy Powers, 57 like Mariah Carey. And again, I put the question mark. I'm assuming that's just the dude, right? He doesn't appear to be a super big player on the world stage. So when I enter him, it doesn't just pop up like, oh, this is for sure the guy, but that pops up and it looks like a country guy, so I'm guessing that might be him. Okay. So that's him. And the co-writer, co-defendant Walter, which I'm more than assuming that that's the guy. It says record producer, songwriter. Pictures pop up with Mariah Carey next to him. His name's got 96 like Troy Powers, dude accusing them of infringing on the song, along with the other guy, Vince Vance, who will be popping up next. But Troy Powers, 57 like Mariah Carey, 96 like the co-defendant along, to Mariah Carey, Walter here, 96, okay? And so this is for sure Vince Vance. He goes by the stage name Vince Vance, but his name's Andy Stone. Okay? Check it out. His birthday is the 31st day of the year. Okay. And look, which at one point reached number 31 on Billboard's Hot Country chart. Okay? And Carrie and her co-defendant had heard their song and so reached number 31. So what? Her song is considered country? Is that what they're saying? Uh, which at one point reached number 31 on Billboard's Hot Country chart and infringed their copyright. So they're considering her song country? Is country's got the C as well, like Carrie and Christmas. Look at Wednesday, 31 date numerology, number 31 on Billboard's Hot Country chart. His birthday's on the 31st day of the year. Okay? What are the chances of that? Right? Oh, okay. So that is their song that reached 31 on Billboard's Hot Country chart. I mean, I would be offended too. And it probably did infringe. You know what I'm saying? But for real, he's born on the 31st. Their song reached number 31. And 31 date numerology Wednesday with this judgment. Dude, her song was 1994. 31 years ago. You see that? I almost missed that. I had to add it at the end. 2025, that's the year we're in. Carrie's 94 song. 2025 minus 1994, 31 years ago. What do you think of that? What do you think of that? And I can't get over. Look at right on the damn title, or right on that cover, MC in red. That you can see it's right in front of our face, but we're not gonna catch it's like Merry Christmas, right? But I caught it. I almost missed it, but I caught it. Look at that. Mariah Carey, Merry Christmas. Right? Even copyright C, Carey C, Christmas C. Even Mariah equals 50. ABC 123 cipher in gematria. Vince Vance born in 50, 1950. It says he's from New Orleans. I know New Orleans equals 126. And I think there's a sneaky 126. If I remember, we might have to check the numbers at the end. And that would be interesting because Christmas is 1225, which is like 125. But anyways, Mariah 50. He's born in 50. One of the people, that accused her of infringing on their song. This is their lawyer, Vince Vance and Troy Powers. Look at their lawyer syncs up with the song. All I Want for Christmas Is You. 114 and 156. And look at how that looks pretty neat with the four bass ciphers, doesn't it? Gerald P. Fox 114 in ordinal. All I Want for Christmas Is You 114 in reduction. Gerald P. Fox 156 in reverse. All I Want for Christmas Is You 156 in reverse reduction. How cool does that look? It looks pretty damn cool if you ask me, okay? And again, I'm just making these videos. YouTube's going to put a number next to the video, and it's going to make me like get all caught up in it. Like, ooh, people are viewing it. I'm basically just doing this because I caught onto this code. I don't fall for the trap. It's a trap, right? Do you understand? They'll connect you with the few people who are also into what you are into, and it makes you think that you're reaching new people. The other comments are going to be negative comments. Those are bot comments. It's kind of what they call like cyberbullying. You understand? Because when you see bot comments and they're calling you an idiot, they're saying go get help. They want you to get all depressed, like and all sad. I mean, you got to be like a semi grown up to be doing this. But I don't fall for it. Uh, they'll even have sellout YouTubers who do this, who can't hit like I do. They're intimidated, right? They're gatekeepers who kind of like they're chosen for a reason to present the information. They're kind of like on the side of evil here, okay? You'll see them at the top. You can put in gematria, they're going to pop up right away. Those are like trash sellout gatekeepers, and they're not very good at this. They think they are, but they'll even have those guys like attack me and such. Who cares? Like, give me a break, right? They're trash. If they ever wanted to battle at this, bring it on, punk. But they don't really don't want it. They'll talk about side stuff. They'll want to debate other sellouts. They're all on the same team. It's like when rappers have fake beefs, okay? One I can think of is Rapper of the Game. They'll do the fake beefs to draw up attention, and they make you think like, oh my god, look, they're gonna go like battle this other guy. There's a diss track, dude. They're all on the same team. So that's what I'm talking about with these top decoders, right? Why don't you can just look at what I do here, look at what they do, and it's obvious. Like, dude, they suck. They're gatekeeping information. They're not going to tell you the stuff I'm telling you, let alone hit like this. They're gonna talk about religion because this work is connected to religion. Do you understand? right? They want to talk about religion. That's all they want to talk about. Distractions. You know, they want to push you and encourage you to gamble. Anybody who knows this knowledge, who encourages you to gamble, they're going to be pushed by their handlers. Do you understand? Anyways, look at how this hits, and it hits heavy. You see what I'm saying? Bada boom, bada bing. Let's play this other clip. And, I hope you can hear this volume. I can't control you hearing it. Everything's good on my end. We've had success lately, but let's play this other clip here.
Mariah Carey has once again defeated a copyright lawsuit over her holiday classic, All I Want for Christmas Is You, as a Los Angeles judge dismissed the case due to lack of evidence. The lawsuit, filed by Andy Stone and Troy Powers, alleged that Carey's 1994 holiday hit copied their 1989 song of the same name, a copyright sought $20 million in damages.
Why is it still playing even though it's paused? Like double playing.
Mariah Carey has once again defeated a copyright lawsuit over her holiday classic, All I Want for Christmas Is You, as a Los Angeles judge dismissed the case due to lack of evidence. The lawsuit, filed by Andy Stone and Troy Powers, alleged that Carey's 1994 holiday hit copied their 1989 song of the same name and sought $20 million in damages. However, Judge Monica Almadani ruled on March 19th that there was no proof that Carey's version had been copied. Court documents noted that the phrase, All I Want for Christmas Is You, did not originate from Stone, and that the melody, harmony, rhythm, and lyrics of the two songs were distinct enough to avoid copyright infringement. Dr. Lawrence Ferrara, a musicologist from New York University, analyzed both songs and concluded that any similarities were fragmentary, used with different lyrical phrases arranged differently and in common use. This is the second time Stone and Powers have filed a copyright lawsuit against Carey. They previously sued her in Louisiana in 2022, but dropped the case later that year. Despite legal battles, All I Want for Christmas Is You remains a holiday staple, certified diamond by the RIAA with over 10 million copies sold. It also became the first holiday song on Spotify to reach 2 billion streams as of December 2024.
And this is the second time they attempted like a lawsuit or whatever.
I'm honored to have All I Want for Christmas Is You be the first holiday track on Spotify to reach 2 billion streams.
Okay, so even let's say this was all real, they would still find a way to screw these dudes over. And again, I think this is the dude right here, one of them. And then I'm almost positive this is the other dude, because this guy actually has like a page that pops up, and you see Mariah's right there on the page. So they would still find a way to screw these dudes over, okay? Right? If this were actually like legitimate, because Mariah Carey, a big star. Okay, so remember, this guy's out of New Orleans, and New Orleans equals 126 in gematria. Let me see, because I really think that there's a sneaky 126 in here at the end. Let me see. Andy Stone, 126, performs as Vince Vance, right? Look at that right there. Andy Stone, 126, and he's out of New Orleans, and New Orleans equals 126, y'all. Ooh, Vince Vance equals 55, and Mariah Carey is age 55. Notice how she's born in 69 right there? Mariah Carey equals 69. Look at that. Her co-defendant, 96. The 69 reversed. You see what I'm saying? Fake world. Fake world, y'all. And again, this story hits 8 days before her birthday. Oh, and I'm going to continue to say that I think there's relation between Beyonce and Mariah Carey. I think Beyonce is low key related to Mariah Carey. Notice Beyonce's birthday, the ninth month and the fourth day, 94. And this Mariah Carey Christmas song is from 94. And obviously, this song uh, and this story just continues to follow her throughout her career. But I'm going to continue to say Beyonce is low key related to Mariah Carey. They're not going to tell you that. I will, though. But what's her name? Beyonce Knowles? It kind of makes me think of Noel. Isn't Noel associated with Christmas? What does Noel mean in Christmas? The French word for Christmas derived from the Latin word. It's the okay, you see that? Right? So Noel, Knowles, you know what I'm saying? Beyonce. So I don't know if a lot of people catch on to that, but don't you think the characters are very, very, very similar? I do, right? And they're both kind of held on this pedestal, don't you think? Right? I'm not saying it's undeniable, but I'm saying I may be onto something there, okay? Right? So we had some undeniable connections again, if you ask me. And I'll just kind of like go back like that, just kind of glance again. Maybe something else will pop as we scroll. That 31 years ago with her song. Come on, right? With those 31s, what are the odds? All in the language too, with the M and the C. Mariah Carey, Merry Christmas. We're in the month of March. M. Don't forget the Nick Cannon, like Saint Nick. Cannon, C like Carey, C like Christmas, C like copyright. Come on, right? Shout out to y'all. There's probably more within the article, but I'm going to leave it at that. Don't want to take up all your time. I think I made my point. And of course, there's something I missed. Mariah Carey didn't steal, so she's ho ho ho, get on my lap, you've been a good girl. Ugh, that's disgusting. This whole Christmas thing, we need to reevaluate these dumbass holidays and the true origin of all this stuff. Old man, with the sit on my lap, this stuff is disgusting, right? All I want for Christmas is you from, she didn't steal from these other writers, a judge says. This is Daily Decodes 812. And I'll put the energy out there again, man. Any decoders out there who want to try to, it's happened in the past, but just put out something good. Put out something equivalent to this, if not better. I mean, especially if you've been doing it so many years, punk. Quit doing like the fake ass debates with your other gatekeeper pals. We're not falling for it, man. If you want to have any kind of challenge, how about a gematria challenge, bud? How about a breakdown challenge? I mean, I see you got to put out these little short videos to try to keep up with me. Right? But, you're just straight up trash, dude. And, don't make me put out all the like footage of you acknowledging me and me just ignoring you, right? That cringe, you're cringe, bud. But anyways, very confident over here, man. And this YouTube thing is super fake, but this is actually my hobby. So they can do them. I'm going to continue to do me, and shout out to the positive decoders out there. Uh Shout out to Richard West. It would be nice to kind of maybe do a live together, like even a quick like 10-minute we can talk and just go over some of these fake stories. That would be cool, Richard. I know you're a busy man, But shout out to Richard West. Check out the link for his channel on this homepage. I'm gonna go see if I think he's might have another short video. I'm gonna go check out. Shout out to Richard West. Uh, but yeah, if I were ever to team up with another decoder, it would be Richard West. Shout out to you, bud. Appreciate everybody. Until next time.